Welcome and hello, and welcome, guys. It's Un Poco Mas, your boy Tabasco, coming at you hot, if you will. After all, my name is Tabasco Rojas, former Montreal Expos relief pitcher, former aluminum siding salesman, former used car salesman. I've sold it. If it's got four legs, four tires, you can put it on a house, you can put it on your car. Believe me, I've sold it. But that's neither here nor there, guys. Today we are talking about prop, ticker symbol PROP. Um, let's see, guys. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of texts here, but I want to talk about this stock. I believe this stock has been the victim of a systemic, pre-planned, pre-mapped, just pre-everything algo walkdown, short Fugazi, tiny wang, turd sandwich, conspiracy, and I believe there's a huge opportunity here. Now, I think that's actually supported by evidence of the company's, performance. I think that they are, I'm not going to say the transition from being a small company with, they acquired all these assets from Bayswater and, they're integrating that into their company effectively. They multiplied their company by many, many times sort of overnight. And that's not an easy thing to do, but I think they're handling it quite well. I also think they've hedged effectively against future price fluctuations. Their CEO, based out of Texas, he's more of a finance guy than an oil guy, but they have other oil people on the team. So I think there's just a complete false narrative being created around this company. Was just buying shares quite heavily a few minutes ago at $1.70. I think it's just way, 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 way too cheap. And they're going to be spinning off a lot of free cash in the near future. Their operating income looks very strong. Their EBITDA looks very strong. And that's what you want to look at with these, small energy production companies or the midstream companies. The structure of the company is not going to give them a bunch of net income right now because they have these huge expenses associated with these big acquisitions and the financing. But if you look at the actual facts, huge banks are willing to give them huge amounts of money because they know management is sound, they know the business is sound, and they know it's going to spin off money. And you can see the walk down on the chart here. So you see this bisect, this price action back all the way in 2023. So you can see the angle too. I mean, the algo, the powers that be, the vampires, the shorts are the longs. They're on this stock more than you think, more than the institutional ownership would suggest. And then it really, really locks on here in March 2024, which is probably when somebody found out, that this transaction and everything was coming together. They started, getting wind of the financing. It actually tests this line as it breaks through for the first time back here, like right around the 1st of March, 2024. You can see it. And then it tests the line again, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Doesn't get down here, but 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times, 11 times. Okay, and then as it bottoms, because these can't go to absolute zero, guys. A company, making cash, it's not going to go down to zero. So at a certain point, this is what happens with all of these. The walk down doesn't go any further and it goes horizontal and it starts to consolidate here. And they want to basically bang retail over the head with a hammer enough times so they sell the dip and smell the rip. That's essentially the goal of market makers. Their goal in life when they're born, their reason to live is to get you to sell your shares no matter where you bought them at the very, very lows. And they create a climate of fear, all these false narratives, all this, if this company was going out of business, why do banks continue to extend them credit? Why do insiders, continue to buy the stock? And this is what I want to show this guy, Gregory O'Neill. People kept saying, oh, he doesn't buy very much. He's not buying anything. Why isn't he buying the lows if he's so rich? He's like this billionaire Australian businessman. But if you look at the month of November, he has bought over and over and over again. 14 November, he bought 200,000 shares. And then 2 days later, he bought another 168,000 shares. And then 1 day later, another 130,000. 1 day later, another 200,000. Next day, another 800,000 shares at $1.71. So this is extensive insider buying. And then, so the narrative surrounding the company is false. You see the same filings here on Ortex, all these filings. He's just buying, over and over. This shows this was actually 1.37 million. So, I mean, he owns 23% of the entire company, but he's not the only insider, that owns stock. The insiders own around 35% of the company, according to Fintel. And then institutional ownership, while not off the charts or anything, has significantly increased since this, transaction, which sort of closed back here. And then, it was on the books here, and they had all these additional shares created, all this dilution. We know about that. There's additional, risk of additional dilution to be sure, but I don't think it goes anywhere near justifying the price action that brings us down to $100 million market cap. I mean, it's barely over 1/4 in sales. And if you look at what they're doing with their wells, they're modernizing old wells. They're being very, very efficient with their drilling budget. I mean, they're acquiring new assets at very, very favorable prices to the actual long-term value of these assets. And they're acquiring efficiently right where they are. They're not like a patchwork of ground. These guys really know what they're doing. The old guys, remember, he bankrupted a company. This is the oil business, guys. It's boom and bust. Oil, natural gas, energy in general. If you get caught on the wrong side of a particular company, trade, transaction, and the asset price, the underlying, just crashes on you. I'm not sure that's what happened, but I don't think it's fair to assume that just, these guys don't know what they're doing because they were involved in some companies that, restructured or went bankrupt. Or I think that just happens in this business. And then other times you hit, big home runs. But it's, a lot of times it can be feast or famine, just depending on what the price of energy is doing. But I think that's why they're, hedging, I think 80 or 90% of their production, over the next few years. So they have consistently, relatively high price point. Now they still have certain amount of exposure to fluctuations, but it's nothing like, if they hadn't hedged. That can just be an existential threat, like a black swan deal if, the price of energy all of a sudden crashes on you. So I think it's very effective. But let's see. Clap my dog. I have prop. I'm down lots, but I'm holding. Okay. I'm buying. So I'm kind of in the same boat. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. What's up, Jimbo Roofer? Jimbo Roofer. What's up, Jimbo Roofer? How are you? Putting some roofs on. Hopefully it's not raining. Not too hot. Nails are popping easy. Oh man, I remember when I was a kid, they stripping a little fat kid in the sun, like 100-degree heat, stripping off those shingles, that popping them with that flat shovel. Oh my God, that's hard work. That almost killed me. I think I fell off that roof several times. You wouldn't believe how many times I've fallen off roofs. So many times. I don't know how I'm still alive. I think it's my fat that saves me. Up. That fat guy just fall off the roof? I think so, but he's up. I'm okay. Is it lunch? Is it lunch? Is it lunch? I'd like a pastrami sandwich. Pastrami sandwich. Pastrami sandwich. Are we in a ravine or something? Why is that fat guy echoing? I think he's doing a bit. I am doing a bit. Doing a bit. Doing a bit. But no, the hunger is real. I do want that pastrami sandwich in all seriousness. No. SRM just tugging along. They call me the tugboat. Do you know why? Because I'm short in stature. I pull more than my own weight, and I'm rarely far from my home port. Of course, they call me Little Danny Cornbread DiCarlo. Do you know why? They call me cornbread because I'm moist, I'm doughy, and I crumble under pressure. Guys, don't put me in a high-pressure situation. Okay, I'm just going to sneak out the back door. Tell you I'm going out for a pack of cigarettes, and I'll see you on your 18th birthday. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Anyway, no, seriously, I wouldn't do that. But guys, welcome and hello. I have no idea. I forgot I'm talking about the prop stock, but this walk down is so like systemic, formulaic, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I'm clicking all over the place. I just don't buy this price action. Volume is a little low down here for me, but there's absolutely no excitement, no electricity with this stock. It's just not there yet. I think it's going to be probably about a year before they start really spinning off cash, before they get the operation really dialed in. Um, but the insider buying is very encouraging to me. Now, the short on the stock is not like off the charts or anything, but for a stock like this, it's really, really high. I mean, these companies usually trade, and I know there's dilution coming and all that stuff. So I'm not trying to sell you a bill of goods or anything. I realize this price is a little bit distorted, but a lot of people think the stock, given any type of fundamentals, should be, if there wasn't dilution coming, would be worth $10, $12 at a bare minimum, just based on what they're expected to pull out of the ground this year, next year, the prices, the gross profit on those barrels and such. I mean, I don't understand, why people think this company made such bad deals. I don't see it. And like the production is there. I mean, they're already got the production up where they want it, for the rest of the year. It was at 27,000 barrels per day, I believe, on their last report. So that's really solid. I think that's actually above what people are expecting. Everybody's like, well, the production is lackluster. It was right at the beginning of the transition. I'll grant you that, but it takes a couple of quarters or a year to dial in a transaction like this and get everything integrated. I think they're doing a really good job. Maybe I don't know the sector, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's an issue. Never been an issue for me, but it might be an issue for you if you're stupid enough to listen to me. Anyway, guys, cold here in Minnesota. Plus, I'm retired now, just trying to make a buck in this crooked market. Oh man, please think for yourself. You don't want to try to make a buck with me. You're gonna end up, on a bread line somewhere, soup kitchen. This guy, Danny, Poco, Hurricane, Karen, I don't know what the hell he was, told me to buy this prop stock, and it went to shit, and now I'm here. I used to be a successful contractor. This Pied Piper chunky monkey led me to put I had millions. I put it all in penny stocks. Now I'm sleeping in a shelter. Well, it's the type of impact I have on people's lives. I definitely have an impact on people's lives and their investments. Just an absolute negative impact, destroying lives. Why don't we have Christmas this year? Ask Danny Deals. Sorry, Billy. Santa's not coming this year. Danny told me to buy UBX and GMDA, and they both went bankrupt. But didn't he tell you to take a small position, Dad? What are you, a moron? Go to your room, Billy. Oh, I love little vignettes, little plays, Anyway, what's going on? The premium of the option. Where is Nala and Birdie? I don't know. Birdie's been on some kind of walkabout vacation, going hambucha or kayobucha or whatever that Aaron Rodgers drug is. I think he took a bunch of kombucha with Aaron Rodgers in a teepee, and he's been wandering around the Appalachian Trail for about 6 months. Maybe he's with that nephew that disappeared with my wrench. That nephew probably sold my wrench at the swap meet. I love swap meets, guys. All the swap meets have disappeared. I don't know if we still have the Rhodium. Alpine Village shut down. That was a historical landmark. What are they going to put a bunch more condos on there? And I love Korean people, I really do. But those condos, houses, they're jamming in over there. I mean, it's like, hey, let me jam these luxury homes right in here under the freeway. Selling these homes to good, hardworking Korean people. God bless. Their salute. But yeah, I just guarantee they're going to tear down that beloved swap meet. That was there since I was a little kid. Loved Alpine Village. Get the Oktoberfest. Oh, probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about if you're not in the Los Angeles area. And even if you are, you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I'm a big rambling mess. But, you know, you get what you get. What's up, Pipcat? You didn't call me old man. You're slipping. The old man's good. Beard going more gray by the minute. Balls hanging lower by the hour. Getting stupider, getting poorer, making less sense, less dollars, all of the above. What do we got? Let's see what the hell's going on here, guys. Sorry, guys. Anyway. Yeah, I bought both SRM. I bought SMCX when it was down there. It might be down again. I don't know. I haven't looked. Yeah, SMCI is really struggling, guys. But again, I don't believe in this price action. SMCI has had more false volatility. I mean, if you look at a year chart or even a little bit longer on SMCI, the volatility has been, nothing short of insane. I mean, the stock drops from 33 to, well, that's the wrong chart. What the hell am I looking at? Sorry. I've never seen volatility like this. I mean, I have, but the overall trend is still up if you really look at it. And then, the stock drops from 50 to 17, goes back to 47, goes to 25, immediately fires to 66, which was just an absurd move. You had to play that move, guys. You had to play that. I can't tell you when and how. I can't call the top and bottom, but if you see a stock just jump from 26 to 66 overnight, do something. And then it's back to 27, back to 62, back to if you can't see that this is bullshit, market makers are manufacturing, moves, fear, emotion to get you to buy the top and sell the bottom over and over and over again. It's like, haven't we seen this play before? I mean, this thing just fell, off a cliff from 52 to 30. And they guided, everybody knew the guidance is good. I mean, I don't get it. Guys, I got to run. I got a meeting coming up. I'll be back with you shortly. And appreciate you watching Un Poco Mas. Take a look at prop stock. Do your research. Lots of risk in these penny stocks, guys. Lots and lots of risk, but potentially a lot of reward. Un Poco Mas. Thank you. I got to pee.